Boy, have we got a treat today. I'm on my way over to see Chris Ciriello, Australian drag flicker. He's going to work in with 3 Division 1 drag flickers. It's an evening session. We're going to be there right the way through from the very start, correcting all the imbalances, all the minor faults. So if you want to learn how to drag flick, hold on to your hats because this is going to be fantastic. I'll introduce it with a word from Chris about how the program's going to run, and then it's straight into it on the field. So hold tight. What a day we're going to have. Okay. Well, we were fortunate that you came along to one of our club's training sessions and actually filmed you with some of the drag flickers from the club. So we had 3 drag flickers there. Yep. There were 3 different body builds. Yep. We had Bryce, who was a smallish sort of slim guy, about my build. Mm-hmm. Then we had Chris, who was a little bit taller, powerfully built. Mm-hmm. And then Timmy, who was probably 6'1", 6'2". Tall guy, but also, you know, not muscly, but still quite powerfully built. So there were 3 different body types, and we'll have a look at that now on the video because you actually individually coach them through. Yep. So let's have a look at what they did.
So beautifully slow-mo now. Interesting thing talking amongst these guys is that you really look at, you know, you want to be able to score goals, whether you play as a defender or a striker, because a lot of people worry about the flicker not scoring goals, but no one actually wants to do the work to be able to become a flicker either. So, yeah. As I said to many kids in these last couple of sessions I've had here, you really need to work with and give yourself a go. Now, Chris is a bit tighter, smaller, more of like a nuggety, stronger player. So what we worked, again, different pickup, different stance, different speed coming through the ball. So these are things which will feel comfortable to him, but we've had to try to change to suit and improve his accuracy.
It was interesting watching you working with them, because as you made the changes, they were then getting way off target, where before they were predominantly on target, and so they recognised that the changes were necessary, but of course they weren't comfortable with them and they weren't used to those new regimes.
Absolutely. So what happens is, like anything, you become ingrained in your own routine and how you feel comfortable. And it's like I say with, you know, a lot of kids riding a bike. You know, it's all good, and you've got to keep practicing and practicing. You fall off, it's improving. But it's really important about getting the right process and slowing yourself down to be able to do the skill and execute it properly.
Okay, here's young Bryce now, so he's the smallest of the 3 flickers, different technique. I think he takes a front step, does he?
He does. So Chris did take a few front steps, and then went to the back step, and then same as Bryce here. As you can see, he's a skinnier guy than the other 2, yep, and smaller. But his issue was, and he didn't even know he did it, he actually changed from in front to behind in front.
Okay, so it's only by that personal coaching that you'd even notice that he didn't even know he was doing it.
Well, interesting was, I asked the other 2 guys the difference, and they said, oh, you know, he's not as strong. And I said, maybe so, but if you have the right technique, then you can build it with the right accuracy. And so that changed a fair bit for him.
Yeah. Mm.
All started between 2 different flicks, different distances from the ball. So you think about what you want to be able to do, right, with a flick, is to be able to drag it the same way, like at the start of the rest of it, but have the same footwork, yeah, right? Because if you start further back, that means you pick up the ball different position, you're not going to be consistent. Yeah. Make sense? Yeah. So if you can pick it up and do the same footwork in, he's not going to have any idea until you release the ball where the ball's going to go. So start with, what I do is just work out where you're going to start, because you started 2 here, close, yeah, and then the third one you thought, I'm going to flick it so hard, yeah, and you had an extra step in here, and you didn't flick it as well. Yeah. Okay, so get the consistency of where you start. So for where I start, I always got my steps and all the rest of it, but like I'm set up about here. Now I've been doing it since I was 11, I'm 31 now, so a long time. So I kind of know where I set up, but even when things aren't working, you want to go back to the basics and know where to start.
The idea of this is,
so
when you get that ball,
what you can do, instead of doing your first 2 steps out, So for me, I'll step out, right? So I'll start about here. Okay? So I'll know where I start. For the next two, for 2 more each, work out where you start, and then just go from there for 2. Right, then we'll go work out where to start. You do your reverse. So forget the actual lunge, or the cross step, or the front step, whatever, but do your first 2 out. Right, so then you know roughly where you start, and then you adjust where you start. Yep, good work, right? So see, it's a lot closer. I need to get an extra half step. That's alright. Yeah. Feels too close. Yeah. Why do people do that? That one actually was cleaner. But, yeah.
So weird, so much. Other way, Caleb, if you turn them blind, that's the whole idea of it. That's it, good work. Rolly. Pick up, right? Ball.
Yeah, definitely felt awkward. Well, the one you flick stick side, much cleaner. Yeah, because you haven't flicked one in the stick except that last one. Yeah, everything went off. So if I was any other coach or anything else, I'd look at you and go, stay here, pull down, drop your right shoulder, and it goes right. Consistent. You stay tall, so you only get the head, but then the last time as you step down and you get into a lunge, the ball will roll up your stick, right? And because you're big and you're tall and you've got longer levers, you need to generate more force. And because you're quick, right, at the last minute, we'll work on where you can create your direction better. Okay, just go through another 3 each, same consistency, right? So just for you, slow yourself a bit. For you, when you lunge, right, just worry about getting through. So stay low until you finish the flip. So for you, what you do is you generate your force, and then you'll so you finish it, and then look at it after. Because it doesn't matter when you look at it, if it goes in or not. You just want to see the umpire go like this. Fair?
There you have one.
What's your ball? Bad. Focus, get through the motion, stay down a little bit. Good heat.
Good play, good play.
So I presume most of you played tennis or table tennis back in the day? Yeah. Table tennis? Have you ever played table tennis?
Right.
Yep. So, the easiest way to hit the ball low, so if you struggle with it, hit it low.
Yeah, normally,
Yep, because basically the stick is always tilting up. So think about when you hit a top shot of tennis, at the end, you come over the top, the ball automatically stays low. Okay? So big focus for you, you get in a good position to go to the glove side, and then as you try to bring it back, you get that double hit. Yeah. So if you get the double hit, a lot of time will go past the post. Right? But you can get through that bit. So I'm going to give you some direction tips in a minute. Right? Okay. So when we're trying to from there, as I get through, right, it's just a push. Okay. So think about if you're pushing the old mate in the net. If I just set up here, and I'm going to push it. I'm set up, I'll push. Okay. Start. Then what you're going to do is, as you start, because you guys are pretty tall, stretchy stuff, as you step in, you'll make this line a bit quicker. Just push. Okay, that's just a starting motion. Now we're going to get a bit lower to generate our force through. Okay? So on the lunge, just for you. Now, your arms stay attached, and get through. Then look up. Yeah? No, I mean.
Getting Joel Hammer.
Okay, you're not going to score. Alright, let's get through again. 2 each side. Okay? So take 2.
Rolling. Good.
One on stick, one on blow. Okay, low. Yeah. Be strong. That's a double hit. And that's because you stick up. Keep it straight on your pushing point. Just think about pushing it there. Right, and drag it and then you generate your force. You've got power to do it. See that? Okay. Still very small, right? So think about if your arms are at least bigger, you look bigger, right? And then if it's closer to them, especially these guys that foot faster than maybe what you used to, right? You don't get time to be able to stretch out and get there. So start bigger and then it's just movement. And then you push off and get there, especially upper body, and then plug the body over. But as you start to come, your arms are here. And then you think about that extra time, you're not missing more. No. Okay. I didn't tell him where you're going. Although I wanted to. It's so hard. So. And when you open your hands here. Yeah. I'm going to show you that doesn't generate height. Okay? Yeah. Alright? Yeah. So what happens is you pick it up here, you automatically drag it right to get the straight. Yeah. So try to get the stick straight. Okay? So start dead straight, same. Yep. Oh, right. Yep. Don't change it. Okay? So we sort of got a. So it's better for you to have it a bit closer. You know why you feel a bit awkward and stuff. Yeah. It'll slow you down so when you pick up a bit cleaner. Yeah. Right. So that means you'll be able to fire where you want to fire the ball. Yeah. Same thing for most of you guys. Yeah. If you stay too far away, first of all, so from the push out trap, you'll be almost there to pick up as the trap. Yeah, because the difference is, like, let's say you're running out, you're quick, right? The more push. If it's not a quick push, it's going to be at the goal. By the time you start to pick up the ball. And if you've got a longer drag, which we're going to do in a minute, which means that you'll get the pressure, you'll almost get the impact. Okay? Now when I start on about a 30-degree angle. Most of you guys start behind. When you start behind, your steps actually go away, and you're not generating force with the hips. So you start a little bit at an angle, right? And you pick up the hips and there you go, another couple, 2 each side, just the right. Teach out to it should be easy. You look scared.
That's the only place to go.
High right side.
Yeah, I know.
I'm giving you that, mate.
I'll drag it, right?
No, I'm just putting it there.
I'm going to hit it every time, I bet, 100%.
Go.
Yeah, you can go to eat it, see? That's real risky.
Generally happens is as you get here, right, because on the drag, which side right, so your hands come in, and then you just wrist it to the hands, right. So what you want to do is, as you open up, think about putting an off-ball hand, just have a little tennis, so you can cross the drag, so it's inside out. So instead of bringing your hands around, you can generate force through it. So what I mean, same footwork, same walk through everything. Right, same footwork through everything. As I walk through, yep. Bang, bang, bang. From here, dragging down, and using my body and my hips. It's all about being consistent. So, same thing as if I drag it straight, yep, he doesn't know where I'm going, I just push it in there. Now it's the same movement, same drag, but the rest of the last foot between the other side. Yeah. Now I want to see you guys flick some high. Good luck, sorry. I heard that's good for you. Alright, so what we're going to do is have a go for it. So pick your spot, tell us where you're going to go, so you don't actually flip it on for it. Yeah? Okay, so pick your spot. Top left, go. Shape one. Because V's off, what are you going to do? Okay, V's off, what are you going to do? Still right. I'll go left. So remember those hands and change up. You said right, eh?
No, I said left.
Oh, you changed. That's all right. I told you we'll work through it.
I feel like I lose so much power.
Get up. There. If I'm not full with you, Timmy, but somewhere in that range. So you think about it, if the goalkeeper comes out 2 steps and I release it 2 metres in, doesn't have much time to react. Yeah. But also means that the guy running out, if you hit him, it's going to hurt him. And then the next one, he might not be running back again. And you never do it on purpose. You're short. About that much for the first one. Go right, Timmy. Yep.
I'm taking enough steps to get there.
That means you're actually gonna, if you want to go this side, it's all wrist. So you're pulling across it from here. Right? So that means as you get here, right, your hands are down versus hands square. Okay. Make sense or not really? Yeah? So, when you go left, that's fine. You drag it straight, you put your power. Yeah. But as you get that, your hands come closer, and then you've got to wrist it. Yeah. Versus yourself, which you're different than the other two. As you get down, right, open it up, and I just push my right hand open and through. Yeah? Same motion. It's not 1, 2. It's 1. Yep. Drag it. Facial work automatically opens. Then you push through. I'll help you individually. It's a bit different, but just relax. Okay, stop. Stick straight the whole time. Pick it up, yep. Get rid of that. Yeah. Go again. Even if I don't get you to high, right, if I can get rid of your double tap, you'll be able to consistently flick towards the corner. So what you're going to do is slower up. And then roll it. So if you're flicking from 2, yeah, that's it.
Oh, Biggie Tim, you just had a session with Chris Ciriello, Kookaburra drag flicker, and he taught you a couple of things. What was the most important lesson that you learned today?
Just staying over the ball and keeping the ball out in front of you.
Yep.
Yeah, and not letting getting loose in your hands.
Okay. So you just completed a drag flick session with Chris Ciriello, Kookaburra coach.
Yeah.
What was the most important lesson that you learned?
Oh, probably to, like, mainly keep the ball out in front of you, and then my release point needs to be a lot better, and like not keeping the ball on my stick and not double tapping it. Yeah, so.
You seem to make a bit of a deal as to the length of the drag. Is that a hard skill to master?
Yeah, so releasing the ball further out in front of your body was a lot, like, getting used to it's a lot harder, but yeah, got there in the end. So.
Okay, how long do you reckon it'll be before you can sort of master the new revised technique?
Oh, I have no idea. So it's a bit hard to say. Hard getting used to.
Yeah, well, keep on cooking.
Yeah.
Now, just before you go.